Hey, welcome back to our channel. If you are new, my name is Priscilla and my husband's name is Joas, and we've got 5 beautiful kids, and we just give you a lot of different content on this channel. And today I'm bringing to you some freezer meals. I want to do some freezer meals for school lunches. I have 4 children in school, 4 out of 5. So that is a lot of lunches to fix every day. So I am going to do a few different freezer meals, like cookies, even some sandwiches, maybe I have a couple ideas. And right now I'm going to start with some peanut butter chocolate chip cookies. So you can watch me do that, and it's an extremely simple recipe. But I just want to get a few things in the freezer so that when school starts, it's not so hard to get into the routine and into the schedule, because we have to get up early, we have to get them out the door, and it's just, we have to get on a schedule. So it's easier if I have some freezer meals, some freezer snacks just to slap into the lunch boxes, and they can get going. I ended up with 124 cookies, so I thought that was pretty awesome. Here I am bagging them in individual servings and then putting them in gallon freezer bags and putting them in the freezer like that, and then I can just grab individual servings out of the bag and put them in the lunches. Here Wyatt was so happy for some fresh hot cookies and some cold goat's milk. And actually so was I. Today I am making lasagna for the freezer. I'm hoping to make quite a few batches of lasagna. And I know this is not a school lunch thing, but I will probably send leftovers to school. But I'm making this for the family. And sometimes in church we have potluck, and then I can just grab a thing out of the freezer and take it along to potluck, and I don't have to work on Saturdays making an extra dish. Here I am putting a lot of onions in my ground venison. I love a lot of onions and garlic in my lasagna. The recipe actually did not call for meat, but I have a lot of venison in the freezer, and it gives my lasagna dish more protein, I guess. Also, venison is much leaner than beef, so I add a little extra olive oil to it. I will almost always add liquid smoke to my venison because I just think it spruces up the flavor. I ran out of my canned pasta, so I had to buy some, but very shortly I will be canning some again. I love my canned pasta recipe. You can use it in almost any Italian dish. This lasagna recipe is very basic, so I often add things to it, just things that I think will add to the flavor. The recipe only calls for cottage cheese and a little cream cheese, but I also added some sour cream to it, and I splurged and bought some basil and garlic pesto that I believe will really make my lasagna taste yummy. Here I am layering the meat sauce, lasagna noodles, and the cottage cheese mixture. You can put the lasagna noodles in uncooked because the freezing process will make them soft, which is very handy. Well, I got quite a few meals out of this lasagna that I made, and these big ones are going to be good for like 2 or 3 meals. They're deep, and 2 of these, and I can either use them for when I have company or we'll have a couple meals out of that. And these small ones here, these 2 small ones that I have are for, I'm going to give them away to some young moms who are having babies. So I'm going to wrap them and put them in the freezer. I wrap them many times with saran wrap, then cover them with foil, label them, then stick them in the freezer, and they will stay good for a couple months. But I will probably use them up before then. Okay, it's the next day, and we're going to make some homemade corn dog muffins, like little mini muffins. I might make bigger ones too, but the children they love corn dogs, but I don't like to give them too many bought corn dogs because I know there's a lot of fillers and preservatives and stuff in them. So we're gonna make some to freeze for the school lunches, and because it's kind of a fun thing, I thought I'd have the children help me do this. I'm not getting in as many freezer meals in a day as I'd like to, but that's okay. I have to be okay with that because I've got 5 children that I have to look after, and a big house and a big garden, a farm. So, but we'll get in what we can. Sometimes it's hard to navigate all of my children all at once. I could do it faster and more efficiently myself, but I have to remember it's not about that. It's about spending time with them. So this is the kiddos' work. It's looking not too shabby. And we still have some more batter there, so we're gonna do some more once these are done. Well, we are all done except there's a few in the oven still, in the baker, and I was a little bit disappointed because it seems a little bit crumbly. There's a few that just crumbled on us, and so we're just gonna eat them. We're just gonna taste test. And also, I think the reason was I used spelt flour. If I would have used regular flour, it probably would stick together better. So children, do you want to give it a taste and see how it tastes? They all did a good job helping me. Justin, you want some? Is it good? Are you going to like this for school?
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flash freeze these in the fridge. I'm just going to set them on a cookie tray and put them in the fridge for freezer for about an hour. And Then I'll take them out and I'll bag them so that they don't stick together and put them back in the freezer.
Well, let's see how these things taste. Pretty good.
Here I am bagging them in individual servings again, and then putting them in a gallon freezer bag to freeze. It will be so easy to pull them out of the freezer and pop them in their school lunches. Okay, there you have it. I've got them all bagged, individually wrapped, and they are ready to go back into the freezer. And so we'll have some nice school lunches for the kiddos. Okay guys, I'm about to do another freezer meal. And this time it's going to be a breakfast dish. Actually, you can eat it breakfast, lunch, or dinner. That's why I like it so well. And it's because I have a lot of zucchini. I'm going to make zucchini quiche, and they go in like a pie plate, and I cheated and I just bought these crusts so that it made it a lot easier for me. They're not as deep as I wish they would be. I wish they'd be a deeper crust, but it'll just have to do. So I can use these quiche for breakfast. I can use leftover pieces to send them for school lunches. And I can have them for dinner if I want. So they're really good. The recipe is called cheesy zucchini quiche. But I'm kind of a dump cook, so which means I kind of use my recipe as a guideline, but I don't totally go by the recipe. I will often embellish my recipes, like add stuff like this zucchini, this zucchini quiche. I don't think it asks for any meat. It's just zucchini and eggs and milk and some seasonings. But I am going to add in sausage and even some real bacon bits. So that'll help a lot. And season it with basil, fresh basil, and I have also put some bell pepper in it. And it's just going to be a really good, and I'm going to put a lot of cheese in. I'm going to put some sharp cheddar cheese in and some mozzarella cheese just for some good flavor. So I'm going to get started. Someone gave us this veggie cutter when we got married, and I really love it. It will cut any cut that you want with all the different heads that come with it. It's called a King Cutter, and I'm not sure, but I think you can only buy these in Amish or Mennonite stores. Okay, so that onion was nasty. I was crying a lot, but I'm glad I got it chopped up. And here one way to get some of the juice out of the zucchini is putting salt, sprinkle it with salt, and then let it sit for a while. And then I'll just put a towel like this. I'll put it over it, and I'll dump it over on the other side. I don't know if you can see this here. Wait, you can't really see this. Wait till I bring it up here. See this? See all that? By the way, I'm over a sink. so it's going into the sink. All this water out of this zucchini, that'll make so that quiche doesn't get watery. So just adding a little salt will just really bring out the juice. Well, I've got them here in the oven, and man, it looks good. So in just a little bit, shortly, they'll be ready. And over here I have the other two, and there I have some, oh, it's steaming. I have some sweet potatoes and some regular ones just roasting for dinner. Well, you all, I wish you could smell my kitchen. This smells so good. Smells just like bacon and sausage and cheese. I'm so glad I have these to put in the freezer. Hi guys, I'm on my way to a baby shower now, so I have a few freezer meals to give away to the moms, which is very, very handy and very nice. I didn't get as many freezer meals done as I wanted to. Hopefully I will get some more done. I'm not sure if I'll get them videoed, but I hope it inspired you and gave you some ideas for freezer meals for your children, for school, or even just for your family at home. Thanks again so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.